Welcome to Real Tech, Real Talk, a podcast from cexposure.tech. Today, we'll explore the evolving landscape of remote work and examine how companies can navigate the challenges and opportunities presented by this growing trend. No doubt a lot of employees are prioritizing flexibility and autonomy, but is remote work really the future of work? Is it really the most popular choice for employees? You might be in for a surprise. Joining us to discuss the future of work and emerging trends is the Regional Marketing Campaign Manager from Remote, Shanthini. Hello, Shanthini. Welcome to Real Tech, Real Talk.
Hi, Kumaran. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm good, thank you. Hope you're doing well too.
Yeah,
Okay, in the last episode with Remote, we discussed how companies of all sizes can now realize their ambitions to go global thanks to platforms like Remote. Today, we'll be exploring the current trends in workplace modalities, which might give us an idea of what the future of work could look like. Right? The remote work trend continues to gain momentum, and many experts are predicting a significant shift in employee expectations because most of them increasingly value flexibility and autonomy in their professional lives. Right? So, how do you think companies can effectively adapt their hiring and retention strategies to meet this evolving preference for remote work?
Yeah, that's a very good starter. Thanks for the question, Kumaran. Adapting hiring and retention strategies for remote work is really about embracing flexibility while ensuring compliance across various regions. No joke. It's crucial for companies to focus on being flexible, compliant, and tapping into global talent. One of the coolest things about remote work is the ability to tap into global talent pool. I mean, suddenly you are not just fishing in your local pond. You have got the whole ocean, right? So, but of course, with great power comes great responsibilities, right? Companies have to navigate different laws and regulations across countries, and that can get pretty complex. So they need to be really proactive in understanding these complexities and making sure they stay compliant with local laws while offering an attractive package. I have seen businesses streamline their global hiring processes by partnering with Remote, which is a total game changer. Remote helps manage the intricacies of international labor laws, making it so much easier and effective for companies to hire top talent from anywhere in the world without the hassle of relocations or setting up local entities. This kind of flexibility in hiring isn't just a nice to have anymore. It's becoming absolutely essential for companies that want to stay competitive in the remote work era. I hope that answers your question.
Interesting. Well, the preference for remote work, yes, it is on the rise. But having seen the trends, I am personally not quite sure if it will become the future of work because a surprising trend has emerged where hybrid work is becoming like the preferred option for many employees in the US. If you refer to the State of Workers 2024 report published by Morning Consult, I think we surveyed some 6,000 US adults, about including 3,000 over employed ones. This survey was, I think, announced back in January 2024. So the outcome is the respondents of this survey for the first time in the last couple of years said they preferred hybrid to remote work. Roughly, I think 29% preferred hybrid and 23% preferred remote. So, although this is a US, right, but this trend could potentially become like widespread in other countries in the future as well. So when we see this shift, what are some of the key challenges companies could face in implementing successful hybrid arrangements, and what tools or strategies can help them overcome these hurdles? Like, for example, from remote's perspective.
The hybrid work model. It's definitely a balancing act, and not an easy one for sure. Implementing hybrid model presents a unique set of challenges, if you ask me, that require a careful balance between flexibility and structure. On one hand, employees absolutely love the flexibility of a hybrid model, for sure. But on the other hand, companies have to maintain enough structure to ensure the productivity, collaboration, and compliance across different regions. It's a tricky dance, no doubt about it. One of the biggest challenges is managing the distributed workforce. that may be spread across multiple countries, each with its own set of labor laws and regulations. And let's be honest, it's not just about letting people work from anywhere, everywhere, or wherever. It's about covering all the legal and operational bases such as payroll, benefits, tax compliance, employee contracts, you name it. A practical solution that many companies are jumping on is using remote employer of record service. By remote, I mean a remote. It's a lifesaver with our. Companies can manage employees across various countries while staying compliant with local laws. I have seen companies that adopt your services through remote totally simplifies their HR management. It centralizes everything for you, making it way easier to deal with the different regulatory environments per se. This approach really helps companies overcome the flexibility of hybrid work environment, ensuring that operations run smoothly no matter where their employees are based on. Previously,
Interesting. Okay, I like to go back to remote work and talk about the security aspect of it, right? I think when people are working remotely, they can be working from home or a cafe or maybe by the beach. So generally, employees accessing sensitive information from various locations, is sometimes a bit worrisome. And one of the primary concerns that surround remote work is data security. So in this instance, companies must be vigilant in protecting their data, right? So from your point of view, what are some of the critical security risks that companies need to address in a remote work environment? And perhaps you can also tell us how remote helps companies effectively mitigate these risks.
yeah, that's a very good question. One on the security. I think it's a very big topic also to cover out. Yeah, when it comes to remote work, security is definitely a top concern, I know. And it's not something companies can afford to take lightly. When you have got employees working from different locations, often using their own devices and networks, the risks of data breaches and non compliance with international regulations can skyrocket. It's like, you know, welcome to the wild west of cybersecurity. um, the really, I'll go from here. To really tackle this, companies need to go beyond just having a strong IT infrastructure. It's about creating a comprehensive framework, something that includes clear guidelines on data protection, employee training on security and best practices, and strict compliance with international regulations like GDPR or other data protection laws specific. I underline this word specific to the countries where their employees are based. For instance, companies managing a global workforce through remote often benefit from these built-in compliance framework. We guarantee that, which seriously reduce legal and security risks for them. And these frameworks ensure that all employees, no matter where they are, follow the same high standards of data protection. Easy peasy, it sounds, but no, you ask remote workers. And that's not just protecting sensitive company data. It's about maintaining trust with clients and partners in a remote work setup. Because let's face it, trust is everything in business, especially when everyone is working from different corners of the world.
I remember in the earlier episode, Shreya mentioned that you also have your employee and record services. So what you just explained about how remote goes about these things, does the same thing apply for the employee on record solution as well?
Yeah, it's mostly the same. Yeah.
So the process is the same.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, because security is a major concern, and I believe you may have actually come across a lot of instances. Some made the news about how this gets breached, that gets breached, because the guy who's working from home doesn't really have a proper defense against this kind of thing. So if something gets hacked, something gets leaked, and then the whole organization gets affected.
Yeah,
So again, remote work is now becoming like increasingly integrated into the corporate landscape. I think now it's becoming more prevalent, right? So it's important to anticipate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. So what emerging trends or challenges do you see in the horizon, and how do you think remote is positioned to support businesses to navigate these coming changes or potential changes?
Mhm. Yeah. Mm, the future of work is remote work in a simple word. And now this is where it gets interesting. We are likely to see a mix of both opportunities and challenges as companies continue to adapt to new ways of working. One of the biggest trends we are noticing is growing the adoption of flexible work models. And more companies are waking up to these benefits of allowing employees to work remotely. Things like increased employee satisfaction, access to a wider talent pool, and etc. So, however, with these great flexibility comes to please, I'll take a retake. So, from however, yeah. However, with great flexibility comes great challenges, right? As more companies embrace remote work, they're also facing some tough hurdles like maintaining company culture, ensuring effective communication across time zones, and staying compliant with varying laws as they expand their global presence. These are some big deals for each and every companies across the world in common and general. It means companies need to rethink their HR strategies and adopt tools and services that can help them navigate this ever evolving landscape. So, another trend that's really gaining momentum is global expansion. Companies aren't just hiring remotely with their own borders, they are casting a much wider net, tapping into talent from all over the world. But of course, with that comes, sorry, I'll go again. So another trend that's really gaining momentum is global expansion. Companies aren't just hiring remotely within their own borders, they are casting a much wider net, tapping into talent from all over the world. But of course, with it comes the need of tailored HR solutions that can handle the complexities of managing a global workforce. Right? It's not just about hiring someone in another country, if you ask me, if you ask remote. It's about making sure everything runs smoothly and legally. No easy feat, but definitely doable with remote, yeah.
Okay, deal with remote. For you personally, what would you prefer? Would you prefer remote work, or do you prefer hybrid work?
You told my answer already. I am with remote. I prefer remote work.
I do know a lot of people that prefer hybrid, I mean, which means that again the trend is not while the trend stats I read out just now, while it's US, but it's not just limited to the US, because a lot of people prefer an environment where they are able to mingle with their colleagues, see their colleagues, and also balance it out with their with being able to work from home. So some people will say remote work is boring to some extent because it's just them at home and things like that. Some people will say that remote work kind of like clashes with their household, so it's a little bit hard to balance out. So a lot of people actually quite like I don't know. This is what I've come across. A number of people said that if I had to choose, I'll choose hybrid because at least I get the chance to work from home, but I also get the chance to meet my colleagues every alternate days or something like that, and and build a better understanding. So that's why I was wondering whether you would prefer remote or you would prefer hybrid.
Okay, so yeah, I can see where you are coming from. We would miss office fun is what you are, coming from. The thing is, I also have a solution which remote gives you. We will do travel and work. It's not just we are in home and working. We will do travel across the globe, and also there are some facilities within remote for you to get this digital nomad visa. So which you can opt and travel and work. That is one, and also there are other opportunities to co-work with your colleagues. So yeah, these are some facilities within remote that we will take advantage of thanks to our CEO.
Right, good stuff, Shanthini. So let's conclude today's session on a slightly light-hearted note. So my question to you would be, if you could start a business tomorrow, as in tomorrow, what would the business be?
Oh, whatever the business be, I'll keep it remote. That's for sure. And yeah, if I were to start a business tomorrow, I would probably zero in on improving remote collaboration or strengthening connections among remote workers. In today's work environment where teams are often scattered across various locations, ensuring smooth communication and effective collaboration is more crucial than ever. One area that's really ripe for innovation is developing tools or platforms that enhance how remote teams can work together, share ideas, and maintain a strong sense of team cohesion. Imagine advanced video conference solution or virtual collaboration spaces that really replicate the in-office experience. Pretty cool, right? But it's not just about the tools, it's also about fostering a sense of connection and engagement among remote workers, which is likely answering your previous question also. This could involve creating solutions that promote a healthy work life balance and build a sense of belonging within remote teams as remote work becomes more of a standard practice and business that can address these challenges and offer solutions will be well positioned for success. Yeah, it's an exciting space to be in for sure.
All right, good stuff, Shantini. Thank you very much for sharing your perspectives on current trends with the hybrid and remote work. So I guess we kind of have an idea of, we may not be the clearest of indicators, but we sort of get an idea of where the future of work is heading. Although, yeah, hybrid work seems to be picking up, but at the same time, the percentage is not that much higher than those who prefer remote work. So, again, it'll be interesting to see how things pan out over the course of the next few years. So, good to have you on the show. Thank you very much, Shantini.
Thank you, Kumar. It was a nice discussion with you, and all the best. Bye bye.
We've explored the evolving landscape of remote work, discussed the growing preference for hybrid models, and delved into the critical importance of data security. As workplace modalities continue to evolve, what do you think the future holds? Will fully remote work become the norm, or will hybrid models dominate? Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to CXposé.tech on YouTube and follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description. I'll see you again in our next episode with more tech and more talk.